We've got to talk. Alcohol. No, 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 no. It's not going to fix your issues. You can escape, but you're never truly going to heal. Hi, if you're new here, my name's Toni. Welcome to my channel. If you haven't already, like and subscribe and turn on the bell notification to get notified of future videos and also to support the channel. Let's talk about alcohol. I've been alcohol free now for over 12 years, probably past 13 years now, and it was the best thing I ever did in my life. Hands down, it was straight, clear awakening, clear path that I needed to go on, and it's what led me on to the raw foods and other connections, spirituality, and deeper connections to myself and to others, self-love. If you can take that out, highly recommend you take it out of your diet. I know when someone's telling you to do something, sometimes we have that rebellion inside of us, but if I can give you some words of love and support, that alcohol is halting your growth, is keeping you stuck in this low vibration, this lower frequency, not feeling good enough. It affects your self-worth, low self-esteem. It creates anxiety, or it certainly induces anxiety and depression. If we can keep away from alcohol, your life is going to drastically change. The main reason I actually stopped over 12 years ago was because I started to link when I was drinking alcohol, because there'd be periods when I wouldn't drink for a few weeks. I'd always drink on the weekends, but there were periods when I didn't. And when I didn't, I had no anxiety. I had so much clarity, clear, focused, driven. And then when I was drinking, I noticed I was shaking a lot. My low self-worth was at the highest. I would feel hungover for over 5 days. I felt so crap. And I can see why, because it's so toxic. It's so damaging to the body, to the liver, to the guts, to our health. And we wonder why we have all these issues. And it takes a while. It takes a while for us to really understand what it's doing. It's not until later. I know when we're young, we feel like we can get away with it, but it's going to have a very serious consequence. Premature aging. Yeah, I don't look my best. I'm 37, but I know I could look way better if I didn't drink all those years. Our bodies are super resilient, but it will always have a knock-on effect in some way. For me, definitely my skin's got way better than what it used to through my diet, now eating raw foods, but it's really damaging for our cells, really affects the gut. It's a neurotoxin, alters the structure of the nervous system. So we wonder why we're always a little bit anxious. You know, we suppress, we escape, but it's to try and get away from these anxieties, but in fact it's what's creating anxiety. I always enjoyed drinking, going out at the weekends, because it was my escapism, my relaxation. But it comes at a cost, a very, very hefty cost. From weight gain, anxiety, depression, low self-worth. You think you've got this confidence over at the weekend, but it's very short-lived. It takes so much energy from the body. It's really dehydrating. If you think what alcohol does is it's fermentation, and you're putting that into your body, which then, along with a standard diet, with eating sugars, eating fats, oh my goodness, gas, bloating, really bad digestive issues. And you can see how it affects so many relationships, family dynamics, and you see the destruction of what alcohol does. How can this be even legal? Well, we know why, but to know this is something that we want to be not contributing to. You know, it's slows us down. It's a brain diminisher. You know, it's like saying someone go and get bleach, go and douse yourself with bleach. Would you do it? When our body consumes alcohol, it works so hard to get rid of it, and actually in the process of getting rid of it, all these substances are released to try and to remove the toxins, and that's why we get the hangover, is us detoxing at a high intensity, because it's trying to get rid of all the crap, all the toxins that we've consumed. It can even be more harmful than the actual alcohol itself, these substances that are released. Your body can only be resilient for so long. And even if you do live till later down the line, it's going to come at a cost of either, your confidence, your a lack of abundance, your relationships, adrenal fatigue, where you're constantly tired, you're just not thriving. Who wants to suffer? I'm so glad I realized this so early on, and there's still things in my life that I'm working on removing that are toxic, because it's not even just what we're consuming through our esophagus, the diet, the alcohol, but it's what we're putting into our mind as well, what we're listening to, who we're speaking, who we're speaking to, who we surround ourselves with. So my encouragement, my reason for this video is to really plant the seeds of how destructive, how mindlessly we're taking in things into our body. And alcohol is a clear example of a drug abuse. We are, even in small amounts, are damaging our body. Everything has a consequence, everything has a knock-on effect. There's that compound effect that I talk about quite a lot. And people say, oh, just have a little bit, I just have a few drinks at the weekend, or one glass of wine a night. That's like saying to a drug addict, oh, just a little bit's okay. No, a little bit is gonna have a knock-on effect, has a consequence, always multiplies. Remember, I always talk about reading. If you read half an hour every day, one chapter a book a day, that's one book a month, that's 12 books a year, that compounds. Imagine that. Imagine if you're drinking once a week, that compounds. Imagine that toxicity overload in your body, because you're not even just, I was saying, you're not even just taking that in, you're taking in so many other toxins, stress, the foods. Let's reduce the obvious, the main ones, which are alcohol, drugs, the foods, the cooked foods, the starches, the oils, the processed sugars, the meats, the dairy, the eggs. Start with those. Start one thing at a time. I try not to over stress and worry others, but I think depending on the state of your health, and don't take it for granted, because when you lose it or when something starts to happen, that's when we have regrets. Let's clear, let's work on steps like reducing the alcohol, get rid of the alcohol, smoking, all these that are toxic and foreign, that really, really are damaging to ourselves. So that's my little rant today. It's the best decision I've ever made, and it was just the start, and it catapulted me to where I am today, and I don't miss it. I don't miss alcohol in the slightest. I really, I try not to be judgmental, but those that drink alcohol, I feel sorry that they drink alcohol, especially the ones that drink it until they're in oblivion to try and escape. And it's damaging, not just for their health but for their mental health. They're gonna have the consequence of depression and anxiety, and just not feeling good, being sick consistently. And they think they can get away with it, or they think it's not going to happen to them, and it's sad. It makes me sad, but we've all got our lessons to learn. So yeah, 12 years, over 12 years, 13 years, and best decision I've ever done. And if you can get on the path of being more mindful how these are affecting you in the moment after consuming, then we'll start to have that more awareness and presence and more intention when we do it. It's when we're doing it mindlessly. So if you want support on your journey, even removing these toxins, we do detox cleanses, we have safe spaces to talk about what we're going through, our traumas, our wounds. We have so much in the membership group, and I also offer one-on-ones. Do reach out if you are interested, and becoming the better version of yourself, having a strong body, health, mind, and life, having a wonderful life. Reach out to me or share in the comments below what you think of this video. Again, if you like it, thumbs up. If you haven't already, subscribe and turn the bell notification. And I'll see you all in the next video. Be, feel, and stay Rawlicious.